It seems things continue to deteriorate in the United Kingdom. There's already thousands of their citizens that Keir Starmer has put in jail over legal speech. Um, Things as innocent as flying a British flag. And now you got this guy, Graham Lineham. I think I'm pronouncing his name wrong, but I'm not too familiar with his work. He's apparently a comedy writer. He's had successful shows in the UK. Forget the names of them, but he was talking about trannies on social media, and they arrested him. He was apparently out of the country. And when he returned to the country, he was approached by five armed police officers, and they arrested him. They arrested him for his posts. They have banned him from using Twitter, although I think he's allowed to use Substack and do interviews, so the whole thing is ridiculous. But he made some fairly obvious observations about trannies, and they arrested him. And it's just completely insane. And this is, I mean, like I said, he's one of thousands. So the UK has been completely conquered by commies and Muslims. And I do hope at some point that the people of the UK can get their country back. The UK is not the only country suffering under a communist regime. Germany, for example. Now, what's interesting in Germany is there's this party, the AfD, which is becoming very popular. They call it a hard right or far right party. That's completely ridiculous. And of course, anything slightly to the right of Marx is considered far right. It's just a smear that they use. It's ridiculous. But apparently in Germany, they're just murdering the AfD people. 6 of them have died in a span of like a week or 2 weeks or something like that. And so, it's not surprising. Commies do kill a lot of people. They usually do it though with at least in the ultra modern age, they usually do it with medical assistance in dying, and that's going to become more prevalent in countries that are run by lunatic commies, and they take assisted suicide, which I don't have a problem with if you're like suffering from something serious like Lou Gehrig's disease. That's apparently a really tough way to go out. So if a person is in the end stages of Lou Gehrig's disease and they want to do MAID, I don't have a problem with that. But of course, commies take something like that and they exploit it for their own purposes. And so what they do is they have a long list of things that you could have to qualify if you're depressed, and they've already killed young people who have been depressed, and they're also coercing people into killing themselves. So you have that story out of Canada. This was a while ago where a veteran just wanted a chairlift installed in their apartment or their house, and they recommended that they kill themselves. And that's completely insane. And so they're going to be, I think, rolling this out. And they're going to try to coerce as many people as possible into killing themselves. And fortunately, this hasn't taken off in America. It'll probably at least be delayed for a while until they get a Democrat in office, which hopefully never happens, but that's very difficult to prevent one party from having power permanently. Hopefully they can pull that off, but that's a very big task. But anyway, getting back to the UK, they're consistently arresting people, conservatives, for completely legal speech. The good news is, like, the State Department and it has threatened the UK, and I do think similar with what they're doing with Brazil. They like raised the tariffs and did all these sanctions. I think with the Maginski Act or whatever. So it does look like Trump is using the influence of the American government to try to stop this kind of bullshit. But the thing with commies, they never stop. They're never going to comply, and you're going to, I don't know really what they can do ultimately, but it's crazy. And then I saw a post that apparently I think the Lotus Eaters are considering moving out of the UK. That makes sense because I'm surprised that the government hasn't raided their studio and arrested them. I mean, it's that crazy over there. That I would not be surprised in the least if something like that happened. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I hope the people of the UK can get their country back somehow. But it's a very bad situation. All right, join us tonight for the Hard News Network live stream, 9:15 p.m. Eastern on Rumble. That's rumble.com/user/Hard News Network, and I'll see you there.